Hello, my friend. Do you ever feel worn out at the end of the day? Do you ever feel tired? Do you ever get concerned that maybe there's something impacting you in the environment? Like, do you feel more tired on days that you've been out and about versus staying home? And do you ever get concerned about potentially getting the coronavirus? And right now, there's talk about people being concerned about shedding from the vaccine. And what I wanted to do is kind of put some things out there for you, whether or not any of that is true, no matter how things can impact you, that if you just one, either notice that you feel tired or worn out at the end of the day, or when you've been out a lot, or if you are concerned about the impact on yourself from other things in the environment, what you can do. And the other reason why I wanted to put this out is because I recently got to watch a discussion amongst a team of doctors of their favorite like natural healing techniques that you can do that they believe help cleanse the body and get like any toxins out of you that you might have picked up during the day, but they can be very like just replenishing and relaxing. And so even if you don't always believe in those things, just imagine like doing things that are enjoyable and relaxing. But the other thing very commonly noted are things that doctors commonly recommend that can help boost your immune system, so that we do even more and more that's in our power to keep our bodies strong. And I also just want to iterate that I am not a doctor. I am not a licensed medical practitioner. So I am bringing you this information from other doctors, and this is not a prescription. So you'll want to do your own research on any of these things that seem questionable to you and make your own decisions. And a lot of times, if you just do one thing, that sort of carries the boat for everything. So don't feel like you need to do all of these things. Um, I enjoy doing all of them, but I spread it out over time. So it's not like I do everything every day. So it doesn't just become stressful in itself to try to do all these things, and you lose the benefits of doing these things because you're stressing yourself out by doing it. But also, if you're concerned about anything, you can always check with your doctor and make sure that it doesn't contradict with anything else that you're doing for your health. I haven't heard of that for these things, but you can always check and be sure. And the first thing, and I love this one because out of a lot of things that are put out there right now about what you can do to help boost your immune system or what you can do to help reduce your risk of getting the coronavirus, that this is actually the one thing that I've noticed researchers mention. It is probably like the least controversial. Like, does it directly reduce your ability to get coronavirus? We don't necessarily know that. But we do know, and it has been studied, that vitamin D helps give you a greater immune system. Now, I've heard of a lot of benefits from vitamin D from a lot of doctors, and some of my doctors said, like when I had coronavirus, I bumped up my dosage to 50,000 for about 10 days. And my normal dosage is about 10,000 IU. So I still take a lot of vitamin D, but it's also, doctors have talked about it in terms of in connection with cancer. So there's a lot of things that vitamin D can do for you. And as many of you know, the sun is a wonderful thing. The sun is a great source of vitamin D. And if you're not getting enough, you're worried about getting sunburned, the sun, is blocked by the ozone, then taking a vitamin D is a great way to do that. There is a recommendation to take vitamin D with vitamin K because it'll absorb better into the system. So then you're making better use of this thing that you're doing. The second one that a lot of doctors recommend is zinc. So we're doing supplements right now. Make sure that you're boosting your immune system. And there is a recommendation as well to take zinc with quercetin. because that will help your body absorb the zinc. Okay, and then the next one, and this one starts to be controversial. So do your own research to decide whether or not you want to do this. But the key with this one is that you don't overdo it. So this is colloidal silver. And what these doctors actually recommended was not like just taking it in and swallowing it, but maybe doing something where you put it on your hands and you smell it, or you swish it in your mouth and then you spit it out. So not necessarily something that you're just going to imbibe or take tons of. So be careful with that one, and that's a good one to check with your doctor on. And then this one's kind of interesting. And I ordered this. It's a bath. It's a type of bath. So normally I do an Epsom salt bath, which is like a very simple way to help you relax. And it's supposed to help, leach toxins out of your body. But here's the thing. This is with alfalfa. Yes, alfalfa, like pellets or hay that you would use to feed hamsters or rabbits. And that is supposed to like leach the toxins out of you, and it just absorbs all of those toxins. And the recommendation that they said was to do a 0.5 milliliter of organic soap, like even laundry soap, and then do about a cup of the alfalfa pellets or hay. So you can just buy any cheap brand that is sold at the pet store. I personally ordered an organic one just to make sure it's a little bit better quality. And then completely immerse yourself, including your head, in the bath and a hot bath. And then afterwards, you would take a shower and use Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap to wash it off. You'd do that twice. Afterwards, you would use gloves on your hands and clean the tub out, clean up all of those pellets, put it in a bag that you tie up and you throw away. So you do not touch those toxins once you wash everything off of your body. So that's an important one to remember for that. And again, do your research on that one. I haven't even tried that one yet. So let me know if you try it and how it goes for you. And then the next one they recommended is a bentonite clay bath. That's another one I haven't tried yet. I've heard a lot of people taking clay baths before. So I just ordered some and I'm excited to try it out. And then we have 2 more tips for you. And this is one of my favorites because it taps into more of the yoga traditions. So this is not one of the ones that the doctors recommended. It's one like yogi health experts recommend. And this is Kapalabhati breathing. It's called Breath of Fire. I have a YouTube video on my channel explaining how to do it. So if you just look up my channel, Avital Miller, and then you could find the Kapalabhati breathing exercise. But basically what this is doing is I believe that it's helping you push toxins out of your body, but you're also going to feel very energized, very energetic from doing it. You're going to feel strong and empowered from doing it. It is a very powerful breathing exercise where you're really pumping from the stomach and pushing your breath out of you. So if nothing else, you could do it for the energizing effects, and you could do it in the morning or like at a midday break. So if you start to notice you start to get worn down, then that's something you can do to help boost the energy back up. And then if you're done with the day, but you don't want to be dead at the end of the day, right? Like you're done with work, but you still have a few more hours left of the day and you want to make good use of them, then you could also do it after work to help boost your energy again. So that's Kapalabhati breathing. And then the last one, I love that the doctors said this. And there's a reason also why they said this. So if you've noticed varying kinds of research, what you've also come across is research like Dr. Emoto's water experiments, where when something is impacted with a positive word, what happens to the molecules versus a negative word. So the negative word, it's like this really like uneven, like strange, disorganized pattern. And when you put a positive word on the water molecules, it's like a beautiful crystalline, like snowflake symmetrical pattern. So positive energy around you is going to be a huge, huge impact. And positive music, imagining yourself surrounded in light, having great connection and love with other people, because that's a very positive feeling as well. So find out whatever ways you can to connect with other people. Those of you in lockdown, like, don't give up on connecting with people. Like, we can do it over the phone, we can do it virtually. So those of you not going out in public, there's still that opportunity for you. And those of you who do feel comfortable finding ways to spend time with people, then definitely have good people in your company. I will just say this side note, because a lot of times we think, oh, this place is toxic or their energy is toxic, I don't want to be around them. Often, if there's something for us to work on, that we're going to find ourselves in that environment again and again. And I would also consider, when something doesn't feel positive, like what you could do to shift your attitude, your perspective, or your ability to respond better to different environments. Because when you can handle whatever comes up in life even better, it's going to be a lot easier to go throughout your day without getting worn out. And of course, I'm always offering ways to do that through my meditation group and through the neurolinguistic programming coaching. So you can always connect with me if you want to get more support on how to respond to your environment better, no matter what is going on in your environment. And then you can keep a greater positive energy within yourself. So here we are. We have vitamin D, we have zinc, colloidal silver, the alfalfa bath, the bentonite clay bath, doing the Kapalabhati breathing, and surrounding yourself with positivity. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to share some of your favorite tips below and share this video with others, so that all of us can just walk around like these super powered human beings, really, really making ourselves very energetic and feeling very strong and healthy. Bye-bye.